please consider going over to my Patreon page and throwing me a couple of bucks in order to fulfill my dream of being a full-time YouTuber and giving you 4 videos a week in return. After that quick walkthrough, let's go through the parts a bit more thoroughly and show them in a bit more detail. Now, as some of you guys might know, this kit is a curbside kit, which means it does not come with an engine, just some parts molded into the chassis, which is not a bad thing every once in a while. It is kind of easy to build these kits, but it's still a lot of fun. Now, all the important pieces that need to be painted in a different color, like small details on the side and mirrors, are molded separately, and some of the seats are molded in 2 pieces. It's not really that bad of a thing, just glue them together, maybe fill the gap, maybe not, as it might be an actual seam on the seat. Now, the positive side from this kit is that it comes with both left and right hand drive versions, and it also has 2 wheel sets. The rest of the chassis parts are not really that detailed, but there is enough there to make it look really good, and in this case, good enough to make it look realistic. Let's move on to the next sprue. This has some corresponding pieces for the left and or right hand side drive version, depending on which you decide on. Some more of these chassis pieces, and also some grills for in the front bumper, and some radiator details for behind those grills as well. Now, obviously this kit also comes with some chrome pieces. The bezels for around the front and taillights are chromed, and the door handles, and some other pieces like the exhaust tips and rear view mirrors. As mentioned before, this kit comes with 2 sets of wheels, and this is the optional set. I prefer this set over the other wheels that were molded in with another sprue, as I like the clean look these have. Now, alongside these wheels, there's obviously 4 tires as well. Nothing to complain there. They look really good and have a nice fit to those wheels. For the clear parts, the best thing is they are very, very clear, very nicely detailed, and have a nice edge all around, so I can easily mark it off, mask it off, cut it out, and paint those black edges. And now moving on to the most important part of this kit, obviously being the body. Now, all of the details are there, it looks really good and correct, but all those panel lines are really shallow and need a lot of correction. They need a bit more depth and a bit more width, and with the problem of them being all over the place, it will take a good hour, maybe even 2, to fix them all and make them look good, and then it will probably need another half an hour to an hour of fixing your mistakes by shooting out of these panel lines when scribing them and stuff like that. Not a big deal, just be careful, take your time, and go over them properly. Now, one of the final pieces from the kit is the decal sheet. This is absolutely gorgeous. It has white and black stripe options, even some detail for the rear window, for the heating elements in them, and some details for in the interior, and logos for around the body. And it also comes with some metal 3D emblems, also with some logos and additional stuff for the interior. Now, I decided to buy a Hobby Design photo etch kit, and I kind of found out right here that I had overspent and probably could have done without. This first piece was for the grills, and it was totally useless. The kit comes with fantastically detailed grills from itself, so these are not necessary. Now this part is quite nice. It has some disc brakes, some seatbelt buckles, even some grills for around the body and some other details for in the interior, so I will find some good use for that. If you like these videos, please consider heading over to my Patreon page and throwing me a couple of your spare bucks every month to help me out make more content for you, up the quality, and maybe even do some other stuff as well, and ideally quit my job and go for this full-time, giving me the chance to make 4 videos a week and maybe even do some builds on request and maybe even sell some of my work.